the DST has been particularly impactful to helping us realize the vision that we laid out several years ago.
Well, I've also been able to not just focus on the girls, but focus on the community.
It's given us much more time, actually more money, and it's also expanded. I've learned so much from it.
So I Googled, how does a landlord retire? And then it came up with a couple of things, and then your name came up in like the third or fourth line with a YouTube video. And so I decided I would go to that YouTube video and watch it, and I didn't believe it.
The thing that's great about the DST is the flexibility of it. The 1031's got pretty tight guardrails.
We didn't know that there was any other opportunity, to use use a trust or to work with somebody like you.
I didn't want to obviously pay any more in tax than I was legally required to do so. And so I, was looking at other options, and Shay sent me a link to actually a podcast that you were doing with Joe Fairless talking about the DST. And so I listened to it and got really interested and really curious, called you, of course.
I did a lot of research, talked to people. You gave me some people to talk to, and they were very honest and direct. I talked to some of my friends that have a great financial background. But here's the funny thing. So many of these people didn't know anything about a deferred sales trust. They were so skeptical. They thought I was going to blow all my money.
This guy I found on YouTube named Brett Swarts talked about capital gains tax solutions and the concept of the deferred sales trust. And I listened to it. My wife and I both have accounting degrees, so we kind of understood a lot of the principles behind that. And I was like, I think I ought to call this guy.
One of the beautiful things about the deferred sales trust is, you don't have to deal with all that. So it really gave me a lot more flexibility with time.
That's kind of what concerned me, is that the path of a 1031 ends up putting you in a corner. Where that's one of the biggest strengths of the DST, from my point of view, is that there's this ability to be nimble and flexible, and there's not really a cap.
While I was working on this development project, I came across a podcast that you were on with a real estate agent that I'd worked with out here named Kyle Malnati. And I remember listening to that podcast, and the light just went on. It's like, this is the solution that I've been looking for.
For me, it was really simple. I got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxes here. I've got to pay them at some point, but why not defer them? And then that gives us the freedom and the time.
It's interesting to be able to, you feel like you've got the control now, right? I've got the cash, I've got the control. I can sit back and watch.
So I was looking at doing a DST a year ago, and that's when I vetted your company, and my accountant got involved too, and we talked to your attorneys and everybody in your group that was important, and it all checked out quite well. And I was thinking that I wasn't going to find another deal necessarily that I wanted to trade into, and I would do a DST to give me some flexibility in doing other things.
You were able to show me how the funds from the sale would go into a trust and be invested in such a way that they could yield a steady monthly distribution.
Don't want to say it's a negative, it's just a learning curve, right? And that is taking that money and reinvesting it in deals, our own deals, right? It's a little extra paperwork, yes. However, it's worth it, because you can take that money, delay avoiding taxes, and really be able to use that money tax-free.
I want to thank you for watching our client success story video. My name is Brett Swarts. I'm founder of Capital Gains Tax Solutions, and we exist to unlock capital gains to multiply freedom and impact. I'm excited for the next steps and an opportunity to work with you. In fact, the next step is really simple. You can click on the below link to request a free call, and one of our team members will sit down with you to see if our services can be a perfect fit. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.